The good news for some who've been sidelined from work, the CDC just changed the amount of time that it recommends you to stay in isolation if you test positive and you don't have symptoms. That's been cut from 10 days now to 5. If you are vaccinated and you have your booster shot, you can skip the quarantine altogether. But the CDC says to wear a mask for at least 10 days. Now, the Omicron variant is the most prevalent one right now. It's highly contagious. Doctors say the symptoms are a lot like the common cold or the flu. 10 Tampa Bay's Tweelon Wynn joins us live this morning to address your questions surrounding the variant. Good morning, Tweelon.
Good morning, Caitlin. A lot of us may feel like we did similarly to the beginning of the pandemic, a little bit worried, and we've got a lot of questions. But the good news is that we have so much more information and so many more answers than we did when this all started. So we took your questions to an expert. Dr. Peggy Duggan is the Chief Medical Officer at Tampa General Hospital, and we asked her, why did the CDC change the isolation period for people with COVID from 10 days to 5 days?
What we call shedding of the virus, that's how you spread it to others, it decreases significantly at day 5. And so that's why the CDC has made these recommendations, that it really is that the science tells us that this spreads less after day 5.
And what should you do if you test positive for the Omicron variant?
People who've been vaccinated, and particularly people who've vaccinated and boosted, they are the safest. So if you get Omicron, you're likely to be just fine. It'll be like a cold. You should isolate and not infect other people, but you don't need to run for treatment.
And something to note is that if your symptoms are more severe, treatment is going to look different with Omicron than it did with other variants, just because monoclonal antibodies don't work quite as well. So they're reserving those for really high-risk patients. So the best things you can do right now are to get vaccinated, boosted, and make sure you get tested after family gatherings, any travel you may have done for the holidays, and after any potential exposures. And Dr. Duggan says these at-home test kits are able to detect Omicron and can really give you some peace of mind.
All right, thanks, Tweelon. Yeah, the trouble is finding those tests right now. While they are very useful, you can get those at-home tests at pharmacies, Walmart, and Amazon, but they're hard to find. Many stores have been out of stock. That's why there are limits to how many you can buy at a time. The White House also sending out free kits. You can request one online.